Good morning, my friends. It is second cup of tea time. So we have liquid stevia, just a few drops, a little sweet. Now, my first cup is always a caffeinated one. Here's some of my teas. My son got me this one. Look at this. Rishi blueberry hibiscus tea. That's the one. So this one is my decaf cup. Give me a second. Okay, well, I thought I'd take you on for my morning routine. You guys have seen a full day of eating. I have been struggling a little bit. I went away for a conference last weekend, so I was struggling a bit with making good choices. Do you ever get those seasons? I think we all do. But today I'm determined to get back on track. I have all the right groceries. Look at the beautiful color in that. Isn't that pretty? So we're going to go sit down. I've already started work this morning, but I'm taking a little bit of a minute break here. Look at my mess of stuff I've got next to me. My work phone, my work computer is over there. Can't show it to you. It's all... So anyways, so my morning routine starts with this. Always a cup of tea. Usually I actually get to my reading before I do anything else. But today I got down a little late. Over here is my hot mess of paperwork I need to handle. Look at this. You guys know I'm learning Spanish. Estoy aprendiendo español. I have a tutor. And I found this program called Spring Spanish, and it's been really interesting. So I had Scott print that off for me. And then behind that is dental paperwork I need to submit. So that's out here for that. And then next to that is my wonderful little grouping of things I do in the morning when I'm reading scripture and all that kind of good stuff, which I'll show you that too in a second. So this is my normal daily grouping of scripture reading that I do. I read a little bit of Psalms out of this book. I love this one. It's in it's in Hebrew and it's in English. And so I just read a page a day, and I have my little marker there. I like it because it also has commentary. So I love that. Let's see what our Psalm is for the day. Actually, I'll read it with you guys today. So we're in Psalm 105, verse, what does that say? 35. They devoured every blade of grass in their land and consumed the produce of their soil. Then he struck down all the firstborn in the land, the first fruits of their manhood. He led out his people laden with silver and gold, and amid their tribes not one stumbled. The Egyptians were glad when they left, for the dread of Israel had fallen on them. He spread a cloud to screen them and fire to light up the night. They asked for food, and he sent them quails. He satisfied them with bread from heaven. He opened a rock, and water gushed out. It flowed like a river in the parched land. Mindful of his sacred promise that he made to his servant Abraham, he brought out his people with joy, his chosen ones with songs of triumph. Oh my gosh, that's all about the Passover and the liberation. Anyway, that's a beautiful psalm for today. So yeah, I always read a psalm every day, just one page. And then this is the Bible I've been using lately. I enjoy it. I still love my NIV best, but I like this one quite a bit. And here I read the Torah portion cycles. So I have this set to read the next part today, which is actually going to be Numbers 28. I'm going to read all of Numbers 28, and amazingly, Passover's in it, which is funny because I don't align my reading of the Psalms with my Parsha readings, but it's really cool when they kind of line up together. So this is going to talk about all of the Moedim, or the appointed times of God. And so I'll read that today. And then this book I have been working on, and I've really enjoyed it. It's called Unveiling Mercy. You'll see I have lots of little dog-eared areas because I've really liked it. But every day it's a new Hebrew word, which for those that don't know, I've studied Hebrew. I did about 3 years working with rabbis, actually, learning Hebrew. I am not anywhere near fluent. There's a lot to learn. It's a very complex, amazing, dynamic language. But yes, I did spend time learning it. And so I still like to stay in it on a regular basis. And so I read this book 1 page a day. It's meant to be a devotional read on the calendar, but I'm reading it according to the Hebrew calendar. And so that's why I'm not on track with their dates. I redate them every day. See, like that, 7/12. So I always read a page of this every day as well. And I love it. I love getting just a little bit of Hebrew practice. It keeps the letters in my mind and the sounds that they make. And then I get to learn a little bit. And then if something really jumps out at me, I tag it so I can go back and review that. But I love it. And then I have these prayerful planners. I've been using these for, I think, 4 years now. Since I moved here to Tennessee, I get these and I love them. They have a smaller version and a larger version, and I'll link these. I'm not affiliated or anything with these, but I'll link these down below so that you can see them. But there's a prayer request page over here. And then the word of the year. So mine is shachah, in Hebrew, shachah. Worship, to bow down, found in Genesis 18:2. It means submission, acknowledgement of God's sovereignty and majesty. And I chose this because the last few years have been challenging. And last year I rested. This year I worship. I'm aware the journey is up and down, but through it all, I want to rest in you and worship you through it all. So Lord, open my lips and my mouth will declare your praise. And so, to continue my theme of the year, worship you and lift my voice in praise. That's my goal for this year. And then it's broken up into months. And then the months, I'll kind of jump ahead here into August so you can see. So the months have, every day you write in something you're grateful for. So I do that. I love that practice of gratitude, no matter what else is going on in my life. So I always do that. And then this page is the plan for August. So I had actually, a verse jumped out to me. This doesn't always happen, but a verse jumped out to me. And sometimes, like when I'm going through the Psalms or whatever, if a verse jumps out to me and I want it to be one I'll recollect regularly, I'll put it in to a month. And then every day when I do this, I'll read this. So this one, it's for August. I already have it done. Is Psalm 6, 1-3. O Lord, rebuke me not in your anger, nor discipline me in your wrath. Be gracious to me, O Lord, for I am languishing. Heal me, O Lord, for my bones are troubled. My soul also is greatly troubled. But you, O Lord, how long? Just to cry out to the Lord. There's so much going on in the world right now. And then I'll decorate these with stickers and all kinds of things. And so, this will be the month. And then each day I actually do write what I did that day, like work, went to Bible study, or, if I did anything special. And then each day you can do a longer version. And I often will sit and just write about whatever happened that day. And sometimes I decorate them. Right now I haven't been in the mood so much, so I haven't been doing that. But I do frequently decorate them also with stickers and such. So, that's all my morning routine, how I do that in the mornings. Now, these are my newest, these are my newest things that I picked up while at conference last weekend. And I know this is a really different video. It's not about food, but I'm actually going to show you my breakfast too. So we will get there. So if you're not interested in any of this, you guys can fast forward through. But I went to a conference. It was called Heaven Meets Earth last weekend, and it was amazing. It was such a good time, so needed. The first person who I listened to in a breakout session was Simonette Cherepanov. I'm not sure how to say her last name. But she wrote this book, Back to Eden, Renewing Your Mind, a 21-Day Journey to Transformation. And I'll just read this here. So in Back to Eden, Renewing Your Mind, a 21-Day Journey to Transformation, Pastor Simi invites you to step away from the noise of the world and return to your Father's design. This guided journey bridges the healing power of Scripture with the science of neuroplasticity, helping you uproot toxic thoughts and plant new, life-giving ones. Using the 7 pillars of thought, the feast of God, and the days of creation, each day's entry guides you to release what's holding you back and embrace the fullness of your true identity. Whether you're feeling stuck, longing for clarity, or seeking a deeper relationship with God, Back to Eden offers a path to spiritual, emotional, and mental transformation. And her speech was just excellent. I got a lot out of it. And so the first part of this book is really just reading about the process and her thoughts on it. And then the second part of this book, let me get there. right here is actually putting it all into practice. And so there's pages that you'll read for each day of the 21 days. And then there's journaling to do with prompts and everything. And so see, there's day 2 and so on. And so it's not all just a sit and read book. This is a very interactive one. So this will be fun. I just started it. I really enjoyed it. And then I met this gentleman. His name is Tim, and he's out of Kentucky. And he writes these Bible study books. And so my friend and I got this one to do together, the Joshua book. And then this one I got. So in the fall, when the Torah portion starts over again, I'm going to jump in and begin this. Okay, I needed a little pause there. So anyways, these 2 books I am so excited about. This is going to be the one I start in the fall, working in Genesis. We always start Genesis in the fall because I do read the Torah portions, which if you have questions about that, just ask and I'll explain it. But I loved what this guy did with these. They are so much fun, at least to my nerdy self. So yeah, Tim, that's the guy that wrote these. And I'll kind of show you what I loved about it. So every Torah portion, you read a section of scripture each week. So I guess I'm going to kind of explain it. And in the books, he tells you this is the portion. So like the first one's Genesis 1 through 6:8. Bereshit, that's the Hebrew. There it is in Hebrew, and it means in the beginning, which is the first lines of Genesis. So here we go again. He does a little mini Hebrew lesson, Hebrew mini. So the letter that we're learning is Aleph. It looks like that. Its numeral equivalent is the number 1. I don't know why this isn't focusing. And its meaning is strength, chief, master, prince. And then a word that uses Aleph is Av. And that is it in Hebrew, and it means father. And then you can go read Psalm 119, 1 through 8. And the setting is God is. And then he breaks up the reading so that every day for 7 days you have a bit to read, and he assigns it to you. So I do that myself. I just choose how much I'm going to read each day to make sure I get through the Parsha in a week. But he assigns it for you. So he does a little bit of like a nutshell, like what is going to be talked about in here. So like creation week, Garden of Eden, disobedience, price of disobedience, offspring, call upon the Lord, and Noah found grace. That's all the things we're going to cover. And he goes through, each week will be a little different in how he does this, but this is the first reading. So this is Genesis 1 through 2:3. So you're going to read that on day 1. And then you can read all of this commentary that goes with it. And it just has some information. And then see, second reading is right here, Genesis 2, 4 through 19. And then you read that portion, and then you read all of this great commentary to go with it, and so on and so forth. So you read through until you get to the 7th reading. That's the last one. And then he has suggestions for further study of that week's Torah portion. As well as like whatever he adds on. So like this one is a 9th grade science, talking about creation week. And so like a little bonus lesson, and then you move on to week 2. And it's all the same. It's, the information on it. The Parsha is Noah. The Hebrew mini, you're learning the letter bait, and it's the number 2, meaning house, container, division, so on and so forth. So yeah, anyway, super fun. I think I'm going to really love that. And this book is very similar. It's just, he doesn't do all the extra lessons in here. This one has more like information and commentary and helping you kind of have a better understanding of whatever it is that you're reading in the book of Joshua. And it tells you Joshua 1 through 2. So as you read, a section, you can study that part. This is going to take a while. This is going to be a big undertaking, but I'm excited for it. Anyway, so yeah, that's my morning. Well, that was my morning reading. I will switch it out for this in the fall when that other book ends. And then this, we'll have to just see how that rolls out. So time for breakfast. Okay, guys. So hi, here I am. Oh my gosh. Okay. So hi, it's time for breakfast. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I've got my pot here and I have all my little ingredients. I was supposed to actually make this overnight oats, but I forgot. So we have a cup of water going in. It's gonna be just a simple breakfast, nothing fancy. And a little half-cup measuring cup. We're gonna put in half a cup of, I'm using these guys, sprouted oats. Pop that into there. Gonna add a little salt and some cinnamon because cinnamon is amazing. Oh, let me grab a spoon. I need to order more. I couldn't place my Azure order this month because I was out of town at my conference that I was talking about. And let's see here. Now, I'm also adding in some sliced peaches into this one. I kind of wish I would have gotten diced ones, but you know what? Once they cook up, they'll be all good. Looks like half a cup. I don't know, whatever. All good. We're just going for the basics here. And then I am going to add in a little bit of a sweetener. Right now I have, what one is this one? I have Super Sweet Blend from Trim Healthy Mama. I still keep that around. I don't need much. This is very sweet, so maybe a teaspoon or so, teaspoon and a half. And away she goes. So this will be breakfast, but I need protein. So I will add on a shake. Let me grab the ingredients. I'll be right back. You guys, I just did all this stuff and didn't video for you guys, so. Okay, let's go back a little bit. So I got my oats all going here, which I showed you that. And it's got peaches, oats, cinnamon, a little sweetener. We're good to roll. But I was adding protein to it. So I poured a cup of this milk into this pretty glass. And I added 2 scoops of this protein powder to that glass when it was only about half full. I then use my frother, I mix it all up, get it all good and you know, combined, and then I add water and I finish frothing it, or mixing it in. I kind of just give it a last little swirl. I do macros, and so I am working on getting about 128 or so, something like that. I'll look, I can't remember exactly, but grams of protein, and then I have a carbohydrate goal, a fiber goal, and a fat goal that I work towards every day. And I will tell you guys, since I got a coach and started working that way, I've finally seen some movement in the weight loss area, which before I was only doing 1,600 calories a day and, thinking that I just had to eat less. And it turns out I had to eat more. I'm eating about 1,000 more calories per day. And that kind of started tipping the scale finally for me. And so it's been an amazing journey. So this here itself has 21 grams of protein, 15 grams of carb, and 4 grams of fiber, and 3.5 grams of fat. So I will mark this, I'll put it into my app and make sure that, you know, I'm adding that to my goals. But anyways, it's been an amazing process. I will tell you, since I have been eating more food and working towards these particular goals, I have actually also seen my cravings diminish. Now, it's not perfect, but they get better. And I was also sharing with you guys about this amazing frother. It is a rechargeable frother. And so that's what I missed getting to share with you guys is this rechargeable frother. It has 3 different levels of spinning speed, and it is truly amazing. I love it because I don't have to keep changing batteries. You just plug it into the little end right there, and then you plug the other end of the cord into like a USB port or, you know, something like that. I don't know all these different USB, USB, whatever. I don't know. I just know I got a little plugger that goes somewhere. But these are so amazing just because I was tired of it just piddling out and not working. and not being powerful enough. This having 3 different speeds, it's very powerful, works great. I love it. And I'm gonna link it for you guys down below. So anyway, here's my happy little breakfast. It's gonna be probably around, I'm guessing 27, 28 grams of protein for breakfast, which I usually try to hit at least 30, but I don't think I'll quite make it because it's just not enough between the two. I could add, yeah, maybe I will. I'm gonna actually add a little bit of a different protein powder into this. Hang on. So I bought this one. It's a not flavored, unflavored. It's an unflavored version. I'm not in love with it, to be really honest. But if you add enough flavor into the other things, it's fine. And I like it because it's just beef. It's just a beef protein powder. And so I'm gonna go ahead and add a scoop of that into, which this is gonna be exciting to mix this up now that it's full, let me tell you. And a scoop of this has an additional 20 grams of protein. So we're for sure gonna hit my minimum goal and actually set me up for a successful day. I already know tonight is going to be chicken fajitas for dinner. There we go, we captured it. Ooh, we gotta be so careful. Hold on, I'm gonna mix it while I'm not staring at you all. So I gotta eyeball this. Okay, we're gonna take and push some of that protein powder down. Normally I do this when it's half full, but I messed up. Now this does give it a little bit of a funky flavor. There's another brand that I'm really itching to try. And if you guys have tried any of the beef protein powders, there we go. We got a good mix going now. I would be curious to know your views of them, and some are flavored. And I've never, I mean, this is the only one I've ever tried. So I don't even know, like, is the flavored ones better? I'm totally unsure. So anyways, all right guys, so breakfast is just about done. I'm gonna kind of give my peaches a little chop because they're like actual, you know, like slices of peach instead of chopped pieces, but I'll chop them up myself. I guess I kept us busy together for long enough. I was able to finish it all. All right, and let's pour this off and then I'll show you my breakfast. And then I'm way ahead of the game. I'll still have protein at lunch and I'll have a snack at some point today, but this will get things started at least. And all right, so, and there's breakfast. My oats with peaches and my protein shake to go with it. So that is the start of my day. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Thanks for joining me on a morning routine with me. This is what it looks like. And now I got to get back to work. I'll see you guys in a bit. Till next time. And don't forget, thumbs up and subscribe. Take care. Bye guys. Cheers.